Besides doing tattoo work, I've also been dabbling in making knives over the past few years. And the first thing we're going to do here is just draw out our pattern for this particular style of knife, the Skinner we've been working with. And all you need is just a regular piece of paper. You can use copy paper, or just drawing paper. Once you get your initial pattern drawn up on your piece of paper, take a piece of carbon paper. That's the key, a piece of carbon paper. And then you can trace that out onto a piece of cardboard and then trace it out. And then once it's on the piece of cardboard, your pattern, then you can cut it out with an X-Acto knife. You get it all cut out. Get it all cut out like this. And then what I like to use for my patterns is a piece of aluminum. Because it's sturdy, it's strong, it's easy to manipulate, easy to cut out, easy to work with. It's light. Store it in a drawer with your paper if you want to. So right here, I'm just taking my cardboard pattern, my cardboard template, and just with a number 2 pencil, just going to trace out the initial design. The pencil works fine on the aluminum. It's not really a big issue. I mean, you could scratch it out with a scribe, a carbide scribe, if you wanted to, but the pencil's fine at this point, at this stage. Again, like I said, the aluminum is so easy to work with. Getting the holes all marked in, making sure they're visible. And then with a punch, just dent where the holes are going to start. This tool really leaves a nice dent in the aluminum. It's so soft, easy to work with. Here I'm just fine-tuning the pattern with the pencil. And after this point, we're ready to go ahead and just cut out the pattern. Take it over to the bandsaw, the steel cutting bandsaw. Pretty much just rough it out the best you can. I wouldn't recommend using a grinder on aluminum, but you can sand this out or just use a regular hacksaw by hand. Pretty easy. And then once you get it roughed out, there's the cardboard pattern. You want to try to make the aluminum look a little bit like this. Maybe a little bit nicer, more refined. You can see it's just a rough, very rough at this point. So then you start at the grinder and just start working on it until you get everything nice and smooth, the way you want it all the way around. Like I said, this is just a way to make a permanent pattern, a permanent profile, so you can use it over and over again. I see a lot of guys making paper templates and just gluing those to their steel, whatever their knife steel is, and then once that template's gone, well, they have to make another one. They can probably make the same one over and over again, or they can just throw it out as a one of a kind. At least this way we can reuse it. I mean, I'm sure you could use just hardened steel or mild steel. You can use anything you want. I'm just using aluminum here. You can hear it's just very soft. And then cut the holes. Pretty simple, just drill out the holes. Already have them marked and punched where they're going to go. Just a real simple drill press we're using. Poor quality video, but I'll know what to do. I'll know what to do better next time. This is going to be a series of one particular knife we're starting out with. So this is the first part, just making the pattern. So here's the steel we're going to use to create the knife. And this is 01 tool steel. It's an oil quench tool steel. You can order it online. This is 3/16. It's pretty sturdy, nice and thick. It's gonna be a nice skinner, a nice camping knife. Using the Daikin Blue Machinist die. I forget what it's called, but it works really great. I think you can get it at the hardware store. Order it online again. I think Amazon sells it. So there we go. We're using our pattern just to create something to work with there. There with a scribe, a carbide scribe. I'm actually cutting into the soft 01 tool steel. Just scratching out the profile. So we have it all scratched out. So the next video is going to be on actually profiling this out, grinding it out, profiling it out. So I hope you can watch the next video we put out. Thanks for watching.